Evening guys, this is your mentor Joshi FX. So we did 5 stages of 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 trading. So today we are doing bad trading habits, and you see all these bad trading habits. This thing will keep you unprofitable for a very long time if you keep doing any of these things here. You need to try as much as possible to avoid all of them. So number one is overtrading. Overtrading, to me, overtrading is equals to taking more than two setups in a day. What do I mean by two setups in a day? I will show this by one or two examples. So in this current trade here, we have this first trade setup, which is this. Let's say you cut this in a day. This is about ratio 1 to 10 or something. So maybe you cut this trade in a day, which is ratio 1 to 10, and this second one here, which I caught this second one in 5 minutes time frame. Let's check in 5 minutes time frame. So I caught the second trade. Sorry for the delay. So here, like I said, it was in 5 minutes time frame, and you caught this second trade, which is ratio 1 to 15. Even though your first and second trade hit SL, don't take a third setup like this here. Why did I take this trade? There was a break of structure at this level, and price broke this level at this place, and that day the market was bullish. So I knew that price was going to either come back immediately, tap into this breaker block here. That's why I highlighted it to the side. So like as you can see, immediately price tapped into it and give us a very good risk to reward. So in this trade, it was ratio 1 to 15, which I was risking just 1.9 pip in this trade, which is massive. And some traders will still be greedy to start looking for another trade setup. Some might see this as another entry. Some might see this as another entry and map their and highlight it like this. So as you can see, at the end of the day, they will end up hitting SL. At the end of the day, they will end up hitting SL. Not that they don't know what they are doing, but because they have already, to me, it is now over trading when you cut ratio 1 to 10 and ratio 1 to 15. So you see, you eventually hit SL. It's not that you don't know what you are doing, but because you are now over trading, you take more than 2 trade setups in a day, you end up losing the third trade. There's no two ways about it. Even let's say you highlight this place now, you see yourself, you come and highlight this place now, and you take profit at this level, your SL eventually below that swing. So from the move, you see that eventually you will hit SL. So the third trade, to me, always hit SL. No matter what we are seeing in the market, don't go for the third trade, please. Once you have caught the first trade or second trade, even though you hit SL on your first trade and second trade, there's no need of you going in the third one, because that third one will eventually blow your account or cause you more harm in your account. Most of the time it can even go your way, but maintain just 2 trade setups in a day. That one is better. It can control and make you manage your account for a very long time. So the second bad trading habit is bad risk to reward. This one is, everybody will know about this one. This one is risk management. You cannot be risking. Okay, here my definition of bad risk to reward is equals to when is below risk to reward 1:2 or 1:3. For me, I normally do 1:3. I don't do 1:2. But when you are doing ratio 1:1, it's very bad. Sometimes I see some traders doing 1:half. Like what they are risking is bigger than what they are targeting. So once you are doing 1:1, it's a very bad risk management, because eventually if you enter in your losing streak, maybe 1 week losses with no take profit, you see that your ratio 1:1 we can never bring you back to your normal account balance, or even bring you back to take profit in your next week. So when you are not doing, at least your least risk to reward should be ratio 1:2. At least this way your risk management is good. You understand what I mean? So the third bad trading habit is revenge trade. Revenge trade goes in hand to hand with overtrading, because tell me what a trader that made this kind of, and eventually caught this kind of trade here. Let me go to a lower time frame so we can see this. Most traders are very, very greedy. Why will you, after getting ratio 1:10 and ratio 1:15 here, and you end up going for another trade? So for my explanation of revenge trade here is equals to, revenge trade is equals to hitting SL after taking full take profit in your first trade. So like I said, let's say maybe for example you caught this trade now, this ratio 1:10, and at this second trade setup you blow, like you lost the trade. So you now tell yourself, no, I cannot lose what I've already gotten from this particular trade. I cannot lose so amount. You now go for another entry at this point. At the end of the day, this one will still give you some nice push, and end up you losing the third trade. Now you are over trading, at the same time you are revenging the market. So in this case now you are now losing more. Instead of you to stop trading, you say, no, I cannot stop till I recover what I've already lost from the profit I made here. You still enter again, and the market will still wipe you out. So revenge trade is very bad. Anytime, let's say if you find yourself in this case, you take your first trade, it went straight to take profit. The second trade heads straight to take profit, or even go to SL. Close your chart for the day and walk away. It's better than regretting. So the fourth this thing is no trading plan. So no trading plan here is, no trading plan equals to when you don't have entry and exit plans. You understand? So that's, to me, you don't have any trading plan, because for example, if you are entering this trade, you should know that once price take you out from this level, you should actually, maybe it's okay, since let's say if price take you out from this level, it's okay, let me see the reaction of the market before and then enter again. You can go down to a lower time frame, the 5 minutes time frame, and check what price is doing, because the SL here it was around 3 to 4 pips or something like that, or even 2 pips. So it can eventually hit your SL. And if you don't have any more, maybe you don't have plans that, okay, if this trade now hit my SL, I'm entering, if price come to this level, I will enter and hold it to this point. You understand? Or maybe when the market is now selling like this with full push, and eventually market do a little pushback, and you will just rush out and close your trade from here. What does that tell you? If you keep doing something like this without allowing your trade to push down to take profit, you remain unprofitable in a very long run. Because when you have a plan as a trader, what you should be doing if your trade is running is go down to a lower time frame, start analyzing. You understand? That way you will know when to break even and when to not to break even. That way you know when to walk away and when not to walk away. But when you are not analyzing, because all these things you are seeing here was done on the lower time frame, like 15 to 5 minutes time frame. So like I said, when you don't have a exit and entry plan, don't trade. It's better you don't trade than maybe you're not seeing that price is now pumping. Maybe price have given you this push, you now enter from here or from this point wanting to take your profit here, then eventually price push back a little bit because you don't have much liquidity, like much money in your account. You will end up being liquidated ASAP. And what will price do? Price will come back to your direction and still give you profit. So at the end of the day, you start saying that this thing is all scam, is rigged, but you are the one who don't know what you are doing, who don't have a plan. You understand? So up to the next one. Which is trading multiple strategies. So as you guys can see here, I only trade one strategy. There's no multiple strategy here. My strategy is very simple. Advanced SMC. If you go down to lower time frame, you will see the whole thing there. Like this is my POI in a 4-hour time frame, and this is the inducement. So what I'm waiting for price to do what? Come and take this swing low out and tap into my POI and push up. You understand? So this is the only thing I trade. I don't trade any other thing. So like let's go to a lower time frame for you guys to get clear example of what I'm saying. Sorry for the delay. I don't want this to even take too much time. So here now, you see what price did here. If you go down to a lower time frame, you see that price. Okay, let's go down to 1 minute. Maybe we see it more clear. Sorry for the whole delay. I needed you guys to understand this thing very well. So okay, why are we not there yet? Okay, what is going on? Sorry, let's go back to what we were discussing about before. So for example, okay, so trading multiple strategy. So here I say trading multiple strategy equals to when you don't have, trading multiple strategy is equals to only you trades pullback, trend line, ICT, candlestick pattern, SMC, and the rest. You cannot be trading all these things. As a trader, you should pick one. Maybe you should pick SMC, trend line. Not you, only you are trading pullbacks, you are trading trend line, you are trading candlestick patterns. All these things will confuse you one day. You might end up trading or entering at the wrong place because you cannot be trading with all these strategies. You understand? You need to pick one because eventually these things will confuse you. You understand? Because all these things have their own entry and exit strategy. You understand? You cannot be exiting a trend line with an SMC strategy. It doesn't work. So you need to find what works for you and go with that. So up to the next one is not journaling. Here, my explanation here is how do you rate your progress when you don't journal? Because your journal will not tell you that you trade multiple strategy or you overtrade or your risk to reward is not good or you always do revenge trading. Your journal is like your mirror. It tells you your errors and it shows you your goods and the bad you do in the market. So that journal, you shouldn't play with it. If you're not journaling as a trader, you might not become profitable anytime soon. So the seventh one, lack of patience. Lack of patience equals to entering too early, entering too late, exiting too early, and exiting before SL. Like I said here, I always give a short example of this so that you guys will understand the whole thing. So here, lack of patience. For example, sorry, I love using the chart to give my example. So here, for example, now in this trade, you ended up entering from here, and price did what? Immediately came back again to your entry. As an impatient trader, you just close out without allowing the price to come and take you out. As you can see, price just did this and push back up. You understand? And eventually, after doing this, price still came back like this, still push back up. Some we eventually closed the trade once price came back almost to their entry point. So all these things, you not having patience to allow your trade to hit take profit or SL will make you an unprofitable trader at the long run. You might be cashing sweet entries, but when you don't have that patience to hold to your full take profit or allow you to hit SL, you will not have a good, like, you can never be profitable. And if it eventually hits your SL, there's a lesson there for you to learn, which if you close out before your SL, you will not learn that lesson. You understand? So allow your trade to take profit or hit your SL. Most of the time, if you want to manage, or you understand, to manage your trade by, you only do something like, for example, when your trade runs up to ratio 1 to 2 or ratio 1 to 1, what you can do for yourself is just break even, carry this your SL from here, bring it inside your entry, and allow the trade to run. If you are too scared to hold, you let the trade run to your take profit. You understand? You close that. Very simple. So up to the next one. Up to the next one. We have lack of discipline. Okay, lack of discipline, no emotional control, skipping demo trading. So I've taken these three in a go. I don't think I have an explanation there. So lack of discipline will always make you not to journal your trade. Lack of discipline will always make you to overtrade every day. Lack of discipline will always make you, you understand, will always make you close out without allowing your SL to hit. Like, lack of discipline will cost you a lot in the in this industry. When you don't have any discipline, maybe you don't have discipline on holding your trade, maybe 2:1 to 3 before you close that. You do no discipline at all of how to manage your risk, how to manage your emotion. Because if you don't have that discipline, it will be very difficult to control your emotions in the market. Because when you don't have any discipline, your emotion will kick in. Because eventually, if price was actually going to your direction and pulls back to your entry, when you don't have that discipline, emotion will kick in. And once emotion kicks in, fear comes in. That fear brings doubt that you don't even know if this thing is going to direction. You close out. You don't close out too early. You understand? So lack of discipline goes hand to hand with no emotional control. Then skipping demo trading is very, very simple. When you don't backtest, you just learn one setup in YouTube and you rush and fund your money and use your money as an example. It's a very good thing if you have the money, but if you don't have the money, it's always advised you go for a demo trading. Not like the main demo trading. Like some pro firm out there, like Fundedness, they give you free trial, which the free trial is like you are trading their pro firm account. So you just go to the Fundedness, click on the account size you can afford when you start trading without your strategy. Go there, go to free trial, click on the account you can afford. No fee attached. You just get the account, you practice your strategy there, you practice everything you have learned in your mentorship. You understand? That way you can now say you are good. At least practicing with that demo account at least for 2 to 3 weeks or 1 month highest. Don't dwell on demo trading because it will destroy your psychology. So once you are done demo trading, you can now fund or buy a pro firm. You understand? That way you are good to go. So thank you guys for your time. Peace and love.